Welcome. This is UFO Encounter, and today we're going to be talking about AMM-041-292. So basically, this module we have to fix up a robot, and we have to do this by doing three processes in any order. This module does not need edge work and cannot strike. However, if this value, which I'll talk about in a minute, if this value goes over 120, the module becomes unsolvable. So you do not want this value to get too high. So basically, when you click on the module, it does a little animation and it plays a lot of text. The text does not matter. However, you do have to click Victor twice because you click Victor, it gives a little like dialogue, and then you have to click Victor after that dialogue's done. So clicking Victor pops up these voltages. And basically, this one value here, AN, if this value goes over 120, the module becomes unstoppable. So it cannot strike, but it does like soft lock the bomb if you do not properly solve AMM. So yeah, let's start off with doing battery charge. So the first major step is making sure this battery value is above 5. If it is already above 5, also this mod, played this version, there was a bug, and like, this is like a way to fix a bug, however it creates a new bug, so this it is a little bugged, so whenever, that pops up, it's just a little bug that's can't really be fixed right now. But anyway, we need to, make sure this battery value is above 5. And sometimes it just starts above 5, and you don't have to do it. But if it doesn't, then do. So there are two ways to solve it, and I'm gonna show this way second because it takes 5 minutes. It's annoying. So we're gonna do the second version, which is solving enough modules to get car batteries. So we're gonna click India to open our inventory. As you can see, it shows a lot of stuff, but the one we care about for now is this car battery. So I'm just gonna click off and show the car battery. And basically you do this by solving non-NOR modules. Which there's a lot of stuff here, but that doesn't matter for now. So let's just go solve modules here. And it is a pretty low chance, so you gotta be ready for it. Okay, we got 3 car batteries, which is good. You only need 1. So once you have your car battery from solving any amount of non-NOR modules, you scroll down to it by using the arrow keys, and you press enter. And it shows the screen and a lot of values, but the only value that matters is the serial code, which we're going to write down. 8-1 Romeo Golf 6 Yankee Free. So we are going to extract all the numbers from this in the order they came in. So 8163. And we're going to take the letters they came in. Romeo Golf Yankee. And for the final letter, we're going to put the letter that is missing out of these 3 colors, which in this case would be Bravo. And then finally, we're going to look at the bottom order of the wires, and we're going to input the order they come in, based on the wire colors. For example, blue corresponds to free, so we're going to type in free, and this all happens with your keyboard. Okay, I don't even know why that happened. Whatever. This bug's very annoying. Okay, I think that typed it in. Um, yellow is 6. Oh, okay. It did input. Oops. That sucks. Okay, it is gonna be... Oh, the code changed. Okay. Smod. I wish this bug did not exist, but it unfortunately does. Okay. We're gonna write down the numbers, which is 9283. We're gonna write down the letters, which is Romeo, Yankee, Bravo, and then Golf, since that's a missing letter. And then we're gonna type in the code, which is 3829. And if it is correct, it will show a charging. So you just kind of have to wait for this dialog to play out, and you click Victor, and now the battery's going up. And basically, we just need to wait until the battery's 5%. So yeah, while we wait for that, let's go solve the next part, which is arguably the hardest part, fixing the peaks. So this looks intimidating because it is a lot of information. However, two things to note. One, we do not need to fix necessarily all the peaks. We only have to fix peaks that have greater than 5 dB. And these peaks change, so we can just go one by one and worry with that. So let's go one by one. We're going to first start by opening a text field calculator, or whatever calculator you choose. And we're going to write down the dB value, which is 5.740. We're going to subtract that by the average value, which is 2.923. And we're going to get the value of 2.817. And then we're going to write down the last two digits of the kilohertz and the last two digits of difference. This is our code, and each number is A, B, C, D, respectively. Okay. And now what we're gonna do, that we have that value, we're gonna look in the table and see, based on the frequency or like the kilohertz range, what part we have to fix. So in this case, it would be 1.6, or the bearing system. So basically, we take the bearing system and we go down to see which uh, item we need to use, which would be the oil can, since it oils up bearing systems. To use the oil can, we're going to go back to the inventory by clicking India. And also, by the way, you go to this screen by clicking Golf. I forgot if I mentioned that. But you click India, and we are going to go up to the oil can. Now we're going to use it when the last digit of timers is 0. And we click the key that represents the part. Since it's BS0, I'm going to use it 0. And the module glitched. That's very annoying. Come on. Okay, click it when the last digit of the timer is 0. Perfect. And if it doesn't start glitching out, that means you did it correctly. So we're going to keep doing that until all these peaks are less than 5. So let's do it with the new one. 6.670 minus 2.858 minus 3.812. So it would be 4212. And this range will give us another bearing system. So we're going to use the oil can, but this time we're going to click 1 when the last digit timer is 0. Okay, cool. Okay, let's do it again. We got 6.651 minus 2.773. And we're gonna do, it would be 3978. The kilohertz value gives us another bearing system, so we're just gonna click 2, and the last digit timer is 0. Okay. Okay. Now we could choose to fix this because peaks between 3.5 and 5 are fixable. However, we're just gonna skip it since it just creates more work. And then the module glitched again. Lovely. Okay. So we only have this one fixed now, which is 5.215, and we subtract it from 2696, and then we do 2519, and then we have a value of 6, which gives us this one, which is shaft 1. To fix the shaft, we have to use the hammer, and use when the last second timer is A plus D times B plus C module 10. So 2 plus 9 is 11. 5 plus 1 is 6. So 66 mod 10 would be 6. So we click 1 when the last digit of timer is a 6. Okay, perfect. And since he didn't glitch out, it worked perfectly. Okay. Now we just need to fix this guy, which is 6.864 minus the average, which is 6.642. So that would be 7722. Okay. And then it's 7.8, which will give us this guy, which is cooling system. For cooling system, we use compressed air, and use when the last second digit is not A, B, C, or D. So I'm gonna click 0 when the last digit timer is a 9. If it doesn't want to glitch, that is. Okay, I guess we're not doing it on a 9, I'll do it on a 5. Alright, cool. So let's open the graph. And we have no peaks above 5. Therefore, we don't have to do anything and we can just continue on with the module. So we got 2 steps done. And now we have to do the final step of doing the voltages. So we're going to click Victor. And now we can look at these values. And also you can see AN is really down, which means we want it as low as possible. And BTR is above 5. So that's good. So we're going to write down all the voltages that are less than 1. So HV01, HV03, HV05, LV04. We're going to now go in our inventory, and we are going to select any wire. It does not matter, we're just going to select any wire. And the mod glitched. Okay. So basically, let me do something real quick. So basically how this works is we need to fix certain wires. And we do this by going through and getting the certain voltage values. Now I already did this for you in my own manual, but if we look at the original manual, it gives all these resistance amounts for these wires, and you have to put them in serial, which is side by side, or parallel, which is up and down. So for example, let's do this first one. I have to fix HV01, which would be serial RGN plus RGN plus blue, which in this case would be 250 plus 250 plus 25. And the reason I did that is because we need to get the resistance value of 520 for this. So that's how you would do it with the regular manual. But with my manual, I already did it for you. So we're gonna do RGN, which is shown on the bottom. So RGN plus RGN plus blue. Once you have your wires in, you're gonna click enter. You're gonna click which circuit needs to be adjusted. You're gonna click 1 for HV01 and click enter. And now it's gonna work. If we look in the figure, it already has its value, so that's good. So let's continue with the rest of them. We're gonna go select any wire in our inventory, and we're gonna continue doing the same thing. So HV03, HV05, LV01, LV03, LV04. So either NKR means you can either put it in serial or parallel. So we're just gonna go do that. NKR, we shift 5. Enter, free, enter. Alright, let's go. I don't know, I went here. Okay, let's select any wire, and let's continue. HV05 needs parallel GKR plus GKR, which basically means we put it up and down. So we'll do shift 6 plus shift 6, and then we're going to click enter, 5, enter. For LVO1, we're going to do serial black plus black. So 1, 1, right 1. We're going to click enter. For LVO1s, they start at 6 and go 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, no, it would be 0, right? Okay, for LVO5 it would be 0. But yeah, we're going to click 6, and we're going to click enter. For LVO3, we do serial red plus black plus black. We click enter, 8, enter. We're going to click here. And then finally, for our last one, we're going to do serial black plus black. So 1, and then we're going to do 1, enter, 9, enter. And once all of them are solved, a little cool solving animation will play, and it will solved. So yeah, easily the hardest part is fixing the peaks. Now I do have to show one last thing, which is pretty annoying, in my opinion at least. And there's two ways to charge the battery, like I said. The other way is way more annoying, and honestly just in general worse. You have to hold, so basically we're gonna go for this first dialogue here. And we're gonna hold Quebec for 5 seconds. Or long enough until it says picked up. And then you can let go. So basically, we are now gonna go search for a charging port while he's in our hands. This takes about 5 minutes, so we're just gonna go and wait. It's gonna suck. Okay, I guess I'll see you guys in 5 minutes. Oh hey, it's been 5 minutes, hooray. Okay, so basically after 5 minutes, it gives us a code. So I'm gonna write down this 4-letter code. And to punish him for making us wait like 5 minutes, we're gonna drop him by clicking Q again. And he's gonna glitch out. So we just have to wait for this dialogue again. And we pick Big Queso up again. So let's go do that. Oh, after that, We also solve all the yippies real quick. Okay, so let's go pick them up again. And it gives us this little menu. So we are going to write down our number equivalents of the 4 letters we have. So 7, 6, 2, 1. And basically, these bottom wires correspond to positions. The first letter is red, the second letter is yellow, the third letter is green, and the fourth letter is blue. So our code would be 2, 7, 1, 6. So we're just going to type in that code. 2716. And now it's charging. Uh, yeah, and now we just do the module as normal. If it wants to stop glitching. Why is golf not working? Oh. Oh, I might have broken the mod. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's because it was doing the dialogue. Okay. So yeah, we just gotta go now fix all our peaks. So let's go do it real quick. We got 5.84 minus the average value, 2.707. We're gonna do 8677 for our code. 3.9 gives us a shaft. So let's go to hammer, and we need to click it when it is that value. So A plus D equals 15. Plus B plus C, which is 13, which gives us 195. So we need to click 0 when the last digit is 5. Perfect. Let's go fix this one. So 5.602 minus the average, 2.662. Oh, and really, really important thing to note. This counts as a 0. It is always 2 digit, like always 3 digits after the decimal. Therefore, your code would be 3540. That's something very important to know because I was doing the compressed air step and I did it last digit 0 and it gave me I did a mistake. Anyway, 4.103 would be a main engine. To fix main engines, we would do a screwdriver. And use when the last digit timer is this. So we're just going to do the equation, actually. Okay. 10 times A plus B, so 3 plus 5, divided by 4 plus 0 plus 1. So I'm actually just going to take this. This equals 1.6 times 10 is 16. So, and then we do module 10, so that gives us 6. So we use 0 when the last digit of the timer is 6. Cool. Okay, we have to fix these 2 peaks now. So 5.570 minus 2.607. So this would be 3463, which, oh, I forgot to get this. Shoot. Yeah, I clicked everywhere but alright, 7.3 would give us cooling system. So let's do compressed air and use it. Click 0 when it's not those digits, so I'm going to do a 7. Come on. He does yap a lot. Okay, and then final peak here. It is 6.404 minus 2.551. And we're going to do 3053. 8 gives us cooling system 1. So we need to do... let's do it on... Let's click 1 on a 9. Perfect. Okay. That should be all our peaks. Cool. And one thing to note, you can do these extra peaks, just to, lower your ASEAN value if it's too high. Anyway, we're gonna go to our final step, which is writing down the values that are less than 5. So, HVO3, HVO4, LVO2, and LVO4. We're going to go to inventory and select any wire or resistor. And we're going to use the ones we have. So LVO3, LVO4, LVO2, LVO4. So the first one is either NKR, so shift 5, enter, free, enter. We're going to select any wire, and now we're going to do HVO4, which is serial RGN plus RGN. So shift 2, enter, 4, enter. We're going to go do select a wire. Then we're going to do LVO2, which is actually pretty difficult. We have to do parallel, blue. Oh, yeah, there's no keyboard support. I forgot. Okay. So we're going to do 4, 4, free, and this should work. I really hope it does. And these all have to be up and down because it's parallel. So enter, enter, 7, enter. Perfect. That one I was the most scared about. And then we're going to do our final one here, which is serial black and black. So 1, come on. You're so close, buddy. Okay. Enter, 9. And then when we click enter, it should solve the module. Okay, honestly, this module is pretty fun. I do need to tell Rand to fix the issue with like sometimes it would just like act weird, like show those eyes, which will like stop you from interacting with the module. I do have to tell Rand to fix that. But besides that, this module is pretty fun, and it's actually very interesting. And while it could be overwhelming seeing it at first, you just really have to break it down and understand like what you're doing. So yeah, that was the tutorial. Thank you for watching.